Hi guys, like I said, I'm gonna try a long form video, and it's summer now, so I have no more excuses. So today I'm gonna be giving you some book recommendations, and you might be thinking, oh, why don't you just make this a short? This has to be a short video. No, because I take forever explaining everything. So let's go. Okay, so the first category we're gonna do, like, fantasy. So, let's go. I gotta say Once Upon a Broken Heart. So, I'd say, I recommend this book. If you like romance, fairy tales, anything kind of like princess, cutesy, core, this book is gonna do that for you. It follows Jack and Evangeline, and it's this girl who's like always wanted to find her true love, and so she goes to Jack's church because he's like this big high up being who has to, like, his kiss kills people, right? And so she goes to his church and she's like, I just wish I could find someone to love. And then Jax pops out and like pulls her into this fantasy world, and it's so good. I'm pretty sure I gave this 5 stars, and I read the whole series within like a week because it was so good. Alright, this is very, very controversial. I don't even know if I'm gonna actually include this, but Powerless. So there's rumors that Lauren plagiarized, like proof that she plagiarized, blah blah blah. But we're just not gonna talk about it. This book is my whole world. Like, the world is incredible. There's like these elites that have powers, and like there's different levels of like how strong your power is, but the whole world of like Powerless, everyone's supposed to have powers. But then there's this one girl, Peyton Gray, who doesn't have powers, and Kai Yazzer, who is the enforcer of Ilya, he like goes and captures the ordinaries, or people that don't have powers, but Peyton pretends to have powers because she's not trying to get sent away. And basically one day, he's like walking around the broke parts of town, and a silencer comes, which silencers can like stop people from using their powers, and he was like getting close to dying. And then Peyton pops in and she like beats up the silencer, but yeah, so basically, and then there's these trials that Peyton gets pulled into when she's an ordinary, but it's meant for people with powers, but because she saved like the prince, or well, yeah, so she gets pulled into the trials because people think she's really strong and has like super strong powers, and you gotta see what happens. So good. And it's like love triangle, enemies to lovers, pull her out. The Witch Haven. So this I don't really see that many people talking about, which is kind of weird, because it's very good. So I don't really know how to explain this book that much, except there's these witches. When is this set in? It's set in 1911, and this girl who doesn't know she's a witch works at this like seamstress place, and then one night she gets mad, and then like boom, a bunch of stuff happens, and then she gets like taken by these older people who are witches who like sensed her outburst, I could say, and she gets taken to this little witch academy place and meets this guy. So again, on the same, like, these are kind of romantic-y, but yeah, I really, really like this book, and I read it near Halloween, and it's gonna enhance your experience like 10 times, okay? But yeah, she gets taken to like the little academy place, meets this guy, some things happen. Incredible. Oh, like, look, I just read this book. It's like if Powerless and Caraval had a baby. Caraval's also a good one, but I'm sure if you're on Book Talk, BookTube, Bookstagram, whatever, you've seen Caraval. Same with Once Upon a Broken Heart. Like, half these books you've already seen, but I don't care. Okay. Oh my god. There are so many mixed reviews on this, and I genuinely don't understand. Like, a lot of people got mad because there's not spice in this, by the way. But people were saying there's spice in it, and they were like, it's advertised as a YA book and there's spice in it. It's not okay. It's like, this is a YA book. I just say like 14 plus YA book. I still stand true to my statement that it's YA, but it gets a little more intense in the second book, so just beware. Like, this is fine. But it's like if Powerless and Caraval had a baby, this would be it. It has like the Trials vibes, the Powerless vibes, like no powers. And then it also has like the mystical carnival land kind of vibe, and there's like a bunch of different realms and stuff, and these rulers go to this island that appears every 100 years for 100 days, and they have to fight out for like which realm is the best. And the world building in this is insane. There's like really good descriptive of the setting. But yeah, and I'm on the second book right now, so like the romance in this, it's Crave. Whoa. So if the Vampire Diaries or Twilight or both and Harry Potter had a baby, this book right here. I'm only on the second one. Again, I'm in the middle of like 12 series, but it's okay. Oh my gosh, I flew through this book. It's thick too. It's like 600 something pages. It took me like 2 days. It is so good. The romance, the vampire, it's vampire-y. It has like monsters, vampires. It's kind of like the Legacies too, like if you know what that is. It's a show on Netflix, watch it. It has like the vampires, the werewolves, all this stuff. So this girl, she gets like pulled with her cousin to this school that she doesn't know that everyone's like monsters or vampires because she's normal, but everyone knows that she's normal. And then she's like dragged into this school because her parents are, I think they're dead. I don't think that's a spoiler because I think that's like said on it. But yeah, and her uncle is the headmaster of the school, and her cousin goes there. I forget what her cousin is, honestly, because it's been a while since I've read this, but it's so good. Please read this book. Like, actually, please. Ignore all my other recommendations. Just read this. Okay. Next, I'm gonna move on to thrillers. Any Natasha Preston book. Just read it. This one actually isn't that good. Don't read this one. Skip this one and go to a different one. I recommend mostly, you know what, I'll grab them because I'm not gonna be lazy. So The Fear, I'm gonna like speed do these ones. This social media thing goes out where it's like, oh, post your biggest fear of how to die, blah, blah, blah. People start doing that, and then they start dying, and the way their biggest fear was the island. These influencers get invited to stay at this island to like test out the roller coasters and stuff, and then people start dying. They get trapped on the island. There's no boats to leave. The power goes out. Insane. The Seller. This book is so sad. It's so sad, but so like thrillery too, because these girls get kidnapped and named after flowers and trapped in this guy's basement, and he makes like everything seem all perfect and try and give them like a perfect life out of their like, because he usually grabs girls that are homeless or like in a bad situation, if you know what I mean, and tries to give them the perfect life when really he's insane. So good. The Lost, these college dudes kidnap these people and trap them in a place, and there's like, I don't know how much I can say, but they get trapped, and there's some very like crazy stuff that goes on when they're trapped. But like, I just don't want to spoil it that much. This one actually might be my favorite Natasha Preston book. It is insane. So crazy. Then You'll Be Mine, this was the first one I ever read. This got me back into reading. So this girl, her ex, I think that's what it is, starts sending her messages for like Valentine's Day, blah, blah, blah. And then people start dying close to her and sending creepy messages, a bunch of stuff like that. Or at least that's what she thinks. She thinks it's her ex. Lie Back Frida McFadden. I know some of her other books are not really YA or anything, but this one is. I didn't see any problem with it not being like appropriate for 13, 14-year-olds. It doesn't really matter. It was really good, and the plot twists are insane. These people move into this like old doctor's house or psychiatrist, and then it's like nighttime, it's all ominous, and the whole book is set in like one night except for the epilogue. But the couple like is there, and there was supposed to be like someone showing them around the house, but no one is there, and they're kind of stuck there because it's a snowstorm outside. So they're stuck in the house, and they have to like figure out what's happening because they start hearing weird noises and stuff like that. Things get a little creepy, and the plot twist, ooh, it was crazy. This is a really good book. Let's go. How to Survive Your Murder. All right. So read this close to Halloween. Again, like, you don't have to, obviously. This could also be a good Summerween book. It is basically this girl's sister dies, and then she gets like pulled back in time and tries to stop it. And then some other things start happening. The plot twist is so crazy in this book. I read like the end in class and I went, what? Like, craziness. This book is so freaking good. Again, I read this so fast. Could not put this down. Please read it. Like, here, I'll read you the back. Rule 1, never go into the corn maze alone. Rule 2, nothing good happens on Halloween. Rule 3, never be distracted by a hot bad boy. I would fail. Rule 4, don't die this time. Yeah. Read it. I feel like I've recommended these books before. I think I did a thriller recommendation short. Anyways, Tag Your Dead. I just did a reread of this. God, I read it in one day. One day it was done. An influencer hosts a tag game. A game of tag because he's like this famous boy. Everyone loves him. And people like send in auditions or whatever to be put in the games to make it interesting. And it like goes on, you know, it's going pretty good. And then people, like, this thing happens where a real girl that died starts popping up and getting involved in the little tag game, because it also is set in like a ghost game world, because the influencer has a game where there's ghosts and you have to like kill them, and that's the whole point of the tag game. It's like playing that game while also playing tag with the other players. It's kind of intricate. But a girl that actually died on his, like, in his house gets like into the game somehow, and some crazy stuff happens. This book is so freaking good. My next section and my last section is gonna be romance. So it's mostly just romance, but might have like a different vibe to it too, because I was gonna say Shatter Me for the first one, but that's more fantasy than romance. Well, actually that's kind of a lie, but read Shatter Me, okay? The Boys of Tommen series. So we're just gonna hold this up right here. First 2 books, actually I'll sort it out. First 2 books are Johnny and Shannon. And I can't even talk about these, I'm just sad. So all the Boys of Tommen series has sensitive topics. Isn't super YA, so I'd say unless you're comfortable with sensitive topics, then it's okay. But yeah, so the first books are Johnny and Shannon, the first 2, there's 6. And basically Johnny's like this big rugby boy and he's super sporty and stuff and always focused on sports, and Shannon is this girl that keeps getting bullied and she's like has to go to a different school. So she pops out at Johnny's school, and the first day she's there, Johnny hits her in the head with a rugby ball. And then they like meet, and then he starts figuring out some things about Shannon that not really anyone is supposed to know, and then they start falling for each other. And yeah, that's all I'm really gonna say, because I don't really want to give away too much because it gets pretty crazy, but they're so good. I'm gonna reread them soon, and then you'll see so many posts about it. Alright, Saving and Redeeming 6 are about Joey and Aoife, which Joey is Shannon's older brother, and he has an addiction to drugs and stuff due to their bad like home life. And Aoife is, I love Aoife so much. She's like this confident little baddie, and basically they meet on their first day at school when they're like 13. This goes back in the past a little bit, and they just like, the story is just how they fall in love and like the struggles throughout them. I think there's probably the most romantic these books get. Johnny and Shannon is has a lot of the trauma kind of, and like more found family vibes than just romance. But Joey and Aoife is more like, you have to read them all, by the way. I'm not saying just skip the other ones if you just want romance, but I feel like they're a little more romancy, except there is a lot of traumatic stuff that happens in those ones too, but they're more focused on just them than like the whole world. And then Taming 7 is about, what is Pond? Alright, well apparently something spilled on Taming 7 right there. Okay. But Taming 7 is about Claire and Gypsy, and please don't kill me, I didn't read all of it because the beginning is boring. I'm sorry. But basically Gypsy is Johnny's best friend, and he is very like funny, hahaha, but behind the scenes there's like a whole giant world that no one knows about Gypsy, and a lot of really bad stuff happened to him, and Claire is just like the most bubbly, kind, amazing person ever, and it's working through them as they grow up, like how Claire helps Gypsy cope with the bad stuff. And then Releasing Time's the last one. This one is Lizzie and Hugh. So I don't even really know what I can say about them. Let's just say that is the most traumatic book you will ever read, unless you read like something worse. I've never read anything worse. It is the saddest book I've ever read. Oh my gosh. Lizzie has bipolar disorder, and she's all over the place. Her home life isn't the best, and that's not good. And Hugh is like so protective over her, and most of it is their childhood, actually, like kind of the whole thing is, except for the last couple chapters. And it shows how hard Lizzie struggles, and how Hugh is always there to like help her. and it's really, really sad. I think I kind of lied about Joey and Eva's being the most, like, romantic, because even though Huey and Liz are Huey and Liz, I always call them Huey, they have, like, the most dramatic book. I feel like theirs is also the most centered around them. Annotation. So much. She follows me on Instagram. She's the sweetest girl ever. She's a little whimsical fairy princess. In her book, whoa, it was like immediate Lynn Painter vibes. So good. It's like a rom-com, and the female main character has chronic illness like me, and so does Neglia. I'm so sorry if I'm saying her name wrong, but she wrote it so that people could feel more seen with chronic illnesses and just have like that cute little cozy romance rom-com vibe, and this definitely gave me it. It kind of reminded me of Better Than the Movies. It's really good. Basically, I didn't even tell you about it. So Logan loves reading poetry, and like, he loves books, and Rose also loves books, and she reminds me a lot of Liz from Better Than the Movies. He's not Wes at all, but it's okay. And basically he goes into the bookstore and finds a little like sticky note in a poetry book, and he's like, oh my gosh, I need to figure out who wrote that. And then basically he writes a sticky note back, and then she goes back because she was the one that put the other sticky note, and they're like talking through the sticky notes, and then they meet up, and then it's so cute. But yeah, Better Than the Movies, whoa, so good. Basically, right, so there's these two people, like there usually is in romance, and the female main character is Liz, male main character is Wes, and basically they're arguing over this parking spot, and Liz's mom died, and Wes is like, bad boy, like, pro, and then they make a deal to fake date, to like help Liz get the guy of her dreams, and to help, and I don't really remember what it's for Wes. Basically I fumbled with the explaining really bad, but for Liz it's to get the guy of her dreams, and for Wes, if he like succeeds in helping her by making the guy jealous, then he gets a parking spot forever. Parking spot in front of their houses and their neighbors, and it's so good. And the girl is like hopeless romantic, and Wes is like, no one can bug me, but it's so good, and I'm sure you've seen so many recommendations for it, so just read it. And I think any Lynn Painter book really kind of gives off the same vibe, but I've only read Better Than the Movies. I need to read the next one, but yeah. Anyways, that's the recommendations I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video isn't buns, but yeah, bye.